Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ALPOUGH. I hope you're having a great day. It is hump day, and here we are again. For those who are coming in now and those who will be coming in later, I know a lot of you are checking me out after work, all hours of the night. It's really cool. You get these analytics from people that are just watching me from all over the place, and I really appreciate it. I mean, literally other different countries, the UK, like Australia. I mean, it's really great. And of course, here in the good old USA, I love our country. I love our country. I want to thank you all for coming in here. And I appreciate all the great comments that people are giving me to keep going. And if in any way it helps you, it's my pleasure, okay? Because I've been given so much myself to be able to just understand Mother and just all the great love that she's given me, and I'm going to pass it on to you. So, today I'm thinking, what do I talk about? I have so many subjects that always come up to me, but then again, it's like, what do we do? So is it going to be funny? All right. Or am I going to blow your mind? Well, that's the whole thing that I want to do pretty much every day is figure out how to blow your mind. All right. Because I am an adult of my spirit. I'm an adult of my mind. I'm an adult of my thought. I'm an adult of my body. I'm an adult of my love. And let's begin in love. So today, we're going to talk about eyes. Your eyes. Your eyes. I have very dark brown eyes. So I think it's hard sometimes to read my eyes because they're so dark. My dog Izzy and I, we both had the same eyes. So look into my eyes. This is what we always want to say, like, what are their eyes saying? All right. What do you see? Okay. Is it disguise or lies? Are we, if you notice that one of the reasons why they want us watching TV is so that their eyes can see the programming. What do they say? Television programming. Get back to the television programming. So no matter how you think of it, these eyes see things that you don't even know you're seeing. But it still can go into your consciousness. One of the things that's always been one of the my pet subjects for myself is iridology. Have you ever heard of iridology? Iridology is, by definition, an alternative medicine diagnosis by examining the iris of the eye, whose proponents, the people who do iridologists is what they're called, whose proponents claim that patterns, colors, and other characteristics of the iris can be examined to determine information about a patient's systematic health. This was very interesting to me. As a matter of fact, at one time, I wanted to be an iridologist. I have had examinations with an iridologist if you've never heard of one. So iridology, fact or fiction? Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, now some people say this is quackery. I understand that because it's not, it's not acknowledged. It's acknowledged as an alternative. So this is an actual chart of the left and the right eye. Now, if you look at it closely, almost every part of the body is in this, including the kidneys, the spleen, the private parts, your liver. This is this whole thing of the whole body. Okay, and so if you've been examined, so how you get examined is they take this, a magnifying glass, right? And they look into your eyes. And then they start writing things down and they'll tell you, literally everything that's going on with your body. And so I just think it's such a fascinating, it's such a fascinating alternative life that you can literally find out everything about you. It's a good thing to actually go to see an iridologist, then go to a doctor, because then a real medical doctor will confirm, what's going on. So I remember him telling me that I had some inflammation in my lungs and that I had my thyroid was like slowing down or something like that. And then he recommended this and that to help with that. So, I want to have some fun here also today, so when looking into your eyes, really the eyes is the prize. So when you get, when people, you want to be able to, especially now, right? I mean, now people are wearing masks or have been wearing their mask. And the only way that you can really tell what's going on is with their eyes. And so they've even now, because we've been masking for so long, they have done a lot of research about what has happened as a result of just being able to see eyes. Well, what's happened is people are being able to read each other's eyes now. And children, one of the things that's come up is children are really good at it, at reading your eyes. And so this is a result of just being able to look into each other's eyes. And so that's why, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I remember when the masking first started, I remember the first day I wore my mask. I had a white scarf because I hadn't even ordered any. So they said the scarf, which absolutely doesn't work. So I had the scarf and then I wore I covered this up too. So now I'm someone who talks to everybody. Literally, I'll talk to anybody. I love saying hi to everyone. And so, I would say, hello, how are you? My eyes, I'm smiling. I would identify that I'm actually smiling. And this was kind of the thing here now. But now, because people are still masking. So if I go to Walmart, at least you're, even when you go to the cashier, they're usually everyone's mask. And so it's much easier now to read people's eyes. Have you noticed that when you're going out? Okay. You can literally see people's eyes. And so I wanted to just do just some fun things here. And I want to let's look at some eyes. And I'm going to just give you what my opinion is, okay, on, when you look into someone's eyes. All right, let's start. I got you already. Okay, so here's the spider with 4 eyes. What do you think? What do you think this one's thinking? Right? I mean, if you notice how some insects have 9 eyes, I think octopus has a bunch of eyes too. So what if we all had more than 2 eyes? Sometimes you wish you had 2 eyes, and 2 in the front and 2 in the back, right? That'd be really cool. So anyway, I just want to throw that off to you. All right, let's start with this one. Here's a lady, probably showing off her tattoo here, but you know, what do you see in this? Well, I'm kind of seeing she's probably looking at this guy and going, well, I wonder if this is going to work. Or she might be looking and going, is it time for me to get up? Or she's saying, what did I do last night? What did I do? You know, but she also might be looking at peaceful. You know, like, oh, I'm up. Look how pretty I am. Next, Tara. This is a disguise. This is like a mask, right? So it's kind of similar to what a lot of us are seeing now. All right. So obviously, to me, this lady looks like she's might be surprised about something, and she doesn't want to maybe show her reaction, right? But you know, obviously, she's a pretty lady. You can tell. You can tell she has great eyes. It kind of matches her hair. They look kind of hazel. So it's kind of, well, what is she actually thinking? She might see a guy and she's like, whoa, he's a good looking guy. Okay. See, again, it is a matter of interpretation. So we're all, you know, it's hard to actually define what someone's going through, but this lady could be someone who looks like she is surprised. Next, here's a couple. Now they're only having one eye. Okay. All right. So now when I'm looking at these two, I'm thinking they're having problems in their relationship. I don't see, I especially on the lady on the left, okay? She looks like, oh, this isn't going to work. And the guy on the right might be going, I screwed up. I'm in trouble. You know, but again, it's the real interpretation. When you're looking at a couple, you really want to look at the woman because she's going to let you know exactly what's going on. So this just kind of looks like a couple that I think might be on the rocks. Okay, next. Your cat. I love animals' eyes. That I really love. I love animals' eyes. Of course, we have animals in our house that we love. We had 2 cats. And our cat's always looking at us, and we're always going, what in the world? Because your animals don't speak to you, so you really have to, you really have to read into what their eyes are telling you. Now, I'm looking at this kitty, and I am thinking that this cat is going, it's time for dinner, right? And you're 5 minutes late. Let's get with the program, okay? Let's get with the program. That's what's kind of the look that our cats give us. And it might be, why are you talking to me? I don't understand a word you're saying. Give me my food. Right? All right, let's go to next here. Here's a kid. Here's a child. Probably in a third world country. And I would say that this child is sad. Maybe this child isn't getting his food. And it's hard for this child to, change their image. Because they only know, neglect and to feel that no one, cares about them. So to me, this is a moving picture because the last thing we ever want to do, it causes a reaction of all of us to not want to see a child, suffer, right? We're seeing so much now. So many children are suffering. 1 in 5 child in the United States is now homeless. It's not a good thing, guys. And it's going to get worse because of the eviction notices. And that's the last thing we want to see. Our American children. Okay, it's bad enough that it's happening all over the world, but we certainly do not want this to continue to be the trend here in our great country here. This guy looks like he has lived a long, hard life. And to me, what he reminds me of is, I lived a hard life, but I'm at peace. So when I look at this guy, I'm actually seeing peace. And even though his life was hard, I see peace in his eyes. I don't really see anger. I'd see, someone who's still grateful for what they have. I just think it's so important that, we understand even old people. I mean, I'm not old, but, I'm certainly not young either. I'm young at heart, but I really just want, the elderly is the one who's suffering in this pandemic, guys, the most. The elderly. It just looks to me like they're trying to get rid of the baby boomer generation here. Don't mean to get political. Next, we have a beautiful lady here. Just absolutely beautiful. Now, as you can see, she has very dark eyes. Okay? So when I look at her, I'm thinking she's looking at a guy who's cheated on her. I don't know why this is what came up to me. She just looks like, girl, he cheated on me. Or, did you be with that other girl? Yeah. Yeah, that's what that kind of looks like to me. Just an absolutely incredible, beautiful woman. Let's see here. When you look at her, she also looks like she's going somewhere. Like, I'm leaving. I don't, when I this picture, it's like, the thing is, women usually wear their emotions on their sleeves, and what that also means is they wear it in their face also. His guy. Oh my gosh. This guy looks like he's getting ready to be violent. I guess is the best word. This is a guy who I would absolutely never want to piss off. Okay? This guy, I don't know. He looks like he would be the Taliban. All right? I mean, he looks dangerous. Okay? Really dangerous. Like, if you say one more word, I'm going to pull something out of my pocket. This is one of my favorite. A dog with glasses on, looking at you, trying to figure you out, instead of you trying to figure him out. Right? When you're talking to them, right, this whole thing. If you have animals and you're talking to them, you're not crazy, okay? All right, now people might think you are. And, I've seen my wife many times talking to the animals. And I'm like, they don't understand you, right? And then she catches me. And she's like, they don't understand you. And we both just agreed, well, maybe they will. So, I just love this picture. Okay. You got a few more in here. This guy. This guy to me looks different than this guy. So, while this guy knows, I think he's had a hard life. I think this guy has had a much harder life. And while he looks that he's at peace, he has had a hard life. And, you know, he doesn't look angry. He looks a little more sad than he does, but he doesn't look happy. And I think you can kind of see by the rest of the face that he's probably been in the sun a lot. And I would say this guy is maybe in his 80s, you know, and you know it's worn out, wearing on his face. It's funny if we all just all you could do is see your eyes, and you know a lot of women out in the world have to completely cover their face and everything just to see in their eyes. Okay, this kind of represents to me what's going on now is, and I think it's not good. It's almost like they do not want us to see ourselves, to see each other and the expressions of our face. And so this is kind of symbolic of what I think is going on, and it has been going on this whole time. There's an owl. An owl. They say the owls are wise. I see wisdom in this owl. I see this owl as almost loving. I see this owl's looking right at you and thinking. And, you know, for me, you know, I always think of the whole insect world, the whole animal world. If you've ever studied them, even a fly, to me, they're all thinking. Okay? How can we judge on whether or not an animal is thinking? I would see, you know, my dog Izzy. To me, Izzy was a thinker, just a deep thinker. Our dog, and I think when they get older, they're even more thinker. You know, our other dog Bella, she's like 18, and you can tell she's thinking. You can see it in her eyes, you know. And, you know, here it is getting towards, you know, she's on the back nine. You know, her sight is literally leaving. She probably only sees shadows. Izzy lost her eyesight the last year and a half of her life. And even she couldn't hear very well. And Bella is going through that now. But it doesn't matter. Their attitude was just astounding. You could tell they never felt sorry for themselves. It's just a beautiful thing to see animals and look into their eyes and just have that expression. So, you know, what's the message here? The message is look deep into each other's eyes, because, you know, that is the mirror to the soul. All right? The mirror to the soul. Now, you do know your eyes, your brain is dark. So the only light that goes in is through the eyes. Otherwise, the brain is dark. And I do believe that in the brain, but we're actually seeing each other upside down, and then the brain switches it to make it right side up. So that's interesting. So anyway, if that gives you some food for thought, you know, I really appreciate your comments. And speaking of, I think we do have some. Okay. Tracy. Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool how that works. Yeah, yeah, we need to study this a little bit more too, honey. Different sections are directly linked to different parts of the body or organs. It's not quackery. Yeah, I would agree. It's not. So cool. Excellent. Yeah, it's really cool if you took a picture of your eye. That would be a really cool thing. To take an actual picture of your eye. You should do it. If I think we're going to do that. I think it's a good idea to just take a picture of your eye and just and really look at it. I think it's a really cool thing. Hello, multiple eyes. Yummy food around. Oh yeah, right. The spider. That's right. The spider that you were talking about. Oh, I wanted to announce that we're now live on streaming on talk show podcasts, the streaming talk. We're also on that. So if you're on Streamcast, we're also on there. That's a new one that I'm bringing on. I see prey. Love cat's eyes. Yeah, our cats have got great eyes. Well, Sparky's got one great eye. So anyway, so these are all my comments here. I appreciate you. All of you that are coming in later on, please leave a comment. I know a lot of you are doing. We're over at 1,000 subscribers. We're at 1,260, so we're growing our channel. And, we just appreciate everything that when you're all coming in. A lot of you come in later. You're coming on my Instagram. You're coming in on Facebook. I appreciate if you come in on YouTube. YouTube, I get... subscribe on YouTube. I really appreciate. Just go down here on the bottom here. You'll see it. Subscribe, and then I also have some recommended videos that you can check out later. Okay, so ALPOUGH. That's me, and I love you, and Mother Sophia loves you, and we'll send you some more love tomorrow